Welcome, Sandhya ma'am, to their masterpieces. How are you doing?
I'm good, Suruchi. How are you doing?
I'm fine, ma'am. Thank you. So, Sandhya ma'am, can we start by knowing a bit about your career journey?
Sure. So essentially, I'm a marketer by nature, and I have started working with first a German healthcare firm by the name Vibron. My baby steps into the marketing world, and then I moved on to work with Morphe Richards, which is a UK consumer durable brand.
Mhm.
And following that stint, I got a beautiful opportunity to work with the children's publication brand Amar Chitrakatha, which wherein I actually headed the marketing there. And following that, I took a break. I had my daughter, and then after that, I've been in the academic space. Um,
Mhm.
I started off teaching part time to MBA students, followed by which, I did a full time teaching for MBA students, and I also helped in marketing a B school that I was associated with. And then, the journey with Dheya started.
Right. So, at what point of your life did you decide to become a mentor?
I think one of the problems that I faced in the earlier organization prior to moving into Dheya was that like I said, I used to teach students, MBA students, and one of the things that I used to see is the MBA programs are quite expensive. The kids used to pay for that. But essentially, quite a few of them would come up to me and say, Ma'am, I really don't know what I'm going to do after my MBA program. What am I good at? And what should I be doing? And I honestly feel that that's a question that they should be asking very early in their career and not when they are close to completing an MBA program. So that was kind of running in my head as to what I could do for the student community. And also the fact that I found that it was very natural for these kids to come up to me and talk to me like, I'm already a mentor, which I basically found was the ability for me to connect with them one on one and understand their problems.
Right.
So, yeah, I guess at that point it so happened that I was looking for something, and they are kind of came into the picture.
So, you have been mentor for quite a few months now. So, what do you think? I mean, in what ways do you think you're impacting the students and the parents through your own journey?
Okay, I'll start with students. I think what I'm trying to understand is when I'm doing these mentoring sessions, there is a certain emotional and mental state that the child is in prior to the mentoring session, the beginning of the session. And by the time we are done with the session, what I've noticed is a certain amount of confidence, certain amount of clarity, a certain amount of twinkle in their eyes, and a certain amount of stability mentally and emotionally, which is supposed to be there in a child, but it's lost because of all the struggles out there.
Yeah.
I think I'm able to make that shift happen with kids, and it's so heartening to see that. With regard to parents, I think the biggest concern for parents is what's going to happen with my kids' future. Yeah. And there are kids who know what they want but don't know how to get there, what are the opportunities. But then there are kids who really have no idea.
Yeah.
However, they have huge potential, huge skills. And so, what we've seen is with those kind of children who don't know what they want to do but definitely have huge potential, and the parents are super worried about how the kid is going to do. What I have seen is when we finish the mentoring session, the parents actually are glad and happy that they could figure out career occupations for their kid which is in line with the child's abilities, and they are kind of at least happy that they're going to put the money in the right place. Yeah.
Right.
And that's a huge sigh of relief for them because we're talking about, a lot of money. Yeah. So I think it makes them feel safe, if I can use that word.
Well, you seem very excited talking about your whole journey of mentoring. So, do you have any one specific incident or one specific student that you would like to share with us, a memorable experience?
Sure. So I had one of these students, who's more of doesn't open up to parents, yeah. And the mother had called me saying, I really don't know. He doesn't talk, and he hardly talks to anybody. So I'm really weary if he's even going to talk to you. So, I said, don't worry, that's my problem. So I went ahead and did that session with that boy. And I was shocked and touched at the same time because the kid spent the first half an hour talking his heart out.
Right.
And for me, given that I knew the background of the kid, that the kid doesn't open up about his interest, his abilities, to spending the first half an hour just receiving information from him was very touching because A, the child had faith in me to open up and say, I like this and I like that. And the fact that they feel that they're going to get something out by opening up to me, and I'm going to make a difference to their life. And I felt that was the most touching conversation because right after the mentoring session, when I spoke to the mom, she said, I just can't believe he spoke.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's been one of my most memorable moments so far.
Well, you look really happy about it. So I'm sure it was very fulfilling and satisfying for you.
Sure, yeah, very much.
After so many sessions and working with so many students, what do you think is the biggest concern with regard to students' choice of careers?
I think what students are looking at, we are in an integrated world, and what I'm trying to understand is while the career choices are plenty, somewhere the students' focus is not on the career choice. It's more about, I want to earn a lot of money.
Right.
And they're looking at, just the money part, which for me was kind of a byproduct. Money is a byproduct of what you do with what you're good at.
Right.
Okay. And I had to bring in that shift with quite a few students to say, hey, the money is going to come, but look at what you're good at.
Right.
And for me, that's a huge concern because your choice of a career should not be made dependent on the money that you get. And also, another thing is, I interact with a lot of students in the online student community. I get a lot of questions. And one of the questions that I've seen is, a comparison between, if I study in India, will I get more money, or it is recommended that I go abroad and study, which should again not be the influencer in your career choice. You will have to have clarity with regard to where you want to reach your end goal post and then the ways and means to reach it. But it shouldn't become a discussion between being in India or abroad. Yeah.
Right.
So I think these two shifts are essential in the child's mind, which kind of bothered me, but I'm glad that I'm able to make a difference. And I hope to continue to make the difference.
And that is wonderful, ma'am. Any last words you would like to say?
I think one thing that I would definitely suggest to students out there and parents out there where you feel this is what you want to do, kindly take a look at your own skills and abilities first and see if it's matching with what you want to achieve, because you can't be an arts person and go and do a math subject, expect to do well in that, right? So take a look at your skills and abilities, then align it with your personality, and then decide your career choice, because that's where it's going to, what's going to make you successful.
Yes. Well, thank you so much, ma'am. And we are really glad to have you. You are one of those mentors who always have positive feedbacks from the parents and students. So thank you for being a part of Dheya, and we are really happy to have you.
Thank you, Suruchi. Same here. Thank you so much.